The bottom line is this. My top priority is fighting inflation and lowering prices for families and things they need. Today's announcement is going to give millions of families a little more breathing room to help them pay their bills.
You think you're going to see that in a lot of what you talked about, what was outlined, as well as a billionaire's tax, more money for child care as well. But is there a simpler, more efficient, immediate way of doing things to alleviate the pain that many Americans are feeling in their pocketbooks?
Well, even what he just said, a little more relief. Americans don't need a little more relief. They need a lot of relief from this high inflation. And I got to tell you, I've been traveling around the country. I've been to 5 states in the last week. And when I tell people we have 8.5% inflation, people get angry. They say, that's not 8.5% inflation. Look what my gas prices are. Look what my beef prices, my grocery prices, all of these things. People think the real inflation rate that they're actually paying is closer to 20 to 25%. Now, are these proposals going to bring inflation down? No, I actually believe virtually every proposal he makes in that plan will actually make inflation worse. Again, if the cause of the inflation is runaway government spending, which I think everyone recognizes, then how is it that more government spending is going to solve that problem? If I sound a little frustrated, I am, because this is becoming a crisis. You have been reporting on what happened in the stock market in the last 5 days. Yeah. We've lost about $8 trillion. Now Americans have less money. They're facing higher prices. It's and I don't want to bring up our word, recession, but it may be lurking around the corner if we don't get this inflation under control.
Frustration's felt by Americans, so I'm actually glad you pointed that up, because that is something to report. I mean, you look at any polling, it's showing you how dissatisfied Americans are with our economy, with America's economy right now, and how much they're having to spend, and really the fear of can they live on the same amount of money that they're giving. You're not seeing wages match, as you and I talk about. You're not seeing wages match inflation to continue to rise. Another thing I wanted to ask you about as well, and this may, this is just kind of reaching, but $40 billion in Ukraine aid is being discussed right now. The president came out to announce he wants to send $33 billion. Democrats now pushed it to $40 billion of Ukraine aid. That may be voted on as soon as today by the House. But for an everyday American watching this country spend for another country, a foreign country, though may be a good cause, this country is hurting right now. They want to see money spent on this country. You have, and we talked about this earlier, baby formula shortage of 40%. That's an issue here. How do you think that spending sits with Americans, in your opinion?
Look, I think that we probably should be providing more aid to help the Ukrainian freedom fighters. But why is it that we can't cut other government spending? Why can't the government be like a household? If you have an emergency spending priority, if you have to spend money, let's say, on a healthcare crisis or something like that, then you spend less money on other things, right? And the government, he's not saying, okay, we're going to spend $40 billion for the Ukraine, but we're going to cut all these useless government programs. They just reported the other day that there was over $50 billion in fraud in the PPP program, $150 billion of fraud in the unemployment benefit program, $100 billion of fraudulent payments in Medicaid, and nobody does a damn thing about it. And that's money that is just flushed into the economy. And so more government spending is the opposite of what we need. We need to, if I were advising Biden as I advised Donald Trump, I'd say the first thing we need to do to get inflation under control is we need an immediate, across the board, 10 or 15% reduction in every government program, to get all that excess money out of the economy. Until that happens, I'm afraid we're looking at higher inflation for many months to come. And incidentally, don't forget, when Donald Trump left office 14 months ago, the inflation rate was 1.5%. 14 months later, we're at 8.5%. Do you think that's a coincidence?